Welcome back to another episode where I love to bring people on and hear they perspectives of like how they came up and or how they got into the career that they're in. But today I got my cousin. My boy is an actor. He's an artist. Hey, like I think the sky's the limit for bro. But I want to introduce my cousin, man.
What's up, everybody? I'm Rayon, and yes, he's right. I'm indulging in acting right now. Y'all might know me best from, being in the group Mindless Behavior. Now I'm a solo artist. I do music. I compose music. I dance. I'm just an overall entertainer.
All around
the
individual.
sky is not the limit.
Hey, it's not, bro. Like, it's crazy. It ain't no limit, man. Like,
there isn't one.
Let me bring y'all back, man. Me and my cousin, bro. Like, we grew up together as kids. I remember vividly playing in the yard at Baba Nell's house, bro. Mm-hmm. You feel me? We're in the hood. We was in the hood.
On the block.
On the block. You feel me? As kids, like just playing, and then I remember he used to dance with Tommy. So for y'all that don't know, Tommy the Clown, you feel me? Well known
LA staple.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember he was dancing, and I'm talking to my cousin Courtney, and I'm like, bro, he gonna go viral. And I didn't use viral back then, but I was like, hey, he gonna be famous. That was the word back then. He gonna be famous. And we looked at him, and he was just dancing by himself. And at the time, you still double jointed?
Yes, I am.
At the time, he was like just doing all this stuff, and I'm like, it looked like it hurt, but I'm like, Brody, he gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do what he gonna do with this. And next thing you know, I remember, I seen him it was like a block party, and he was dancing with Tommy, and it was like each time I seen him, it was like he was going from level to level. And after I seen him at a block party in Compton, he ended up, I'm going to lunch. At the time I was going to Washington High, and I'm like, who is I see people like setting up the quad, and I'm like, all right, bet, we probably, something happening on the quad. I see my cousin, he just like walked past, and I'm like, hey, cuzzo. I go to walk up to him, and I think some like PR, somebody like stopped and was like, oh, and he was like, hey, that's my cousin. Yeah, and then we said something, and then you went on and you start performing. But at that time, you was with Mindless Behavior. Yeah. And I was like, me and my other cousin, Mimi, we was going to the same school at the time, and we was like, oh, this is really happening. And then next thing you know, I didn't see him after that. Like, bro just went crazy.
No, that's really funny because I remember that moment. I remember after I got so mad, I had called my mom. I was like, guess what I just seen? She was like, who? I was like, I just seen my cousin Darnell. He go to the high school I just performed at. She was like, for real? I was pissed. I was like, yeah. I can't remember who it was who stopped you. I was like, yo,
it was a woman.
I think it might have been who developed us, Keisha Gamble. I think it was her. It was her. I was pissed. 'Cause I think I went to her like, yo, like, don't ever. I was so pissed. I was like, don't you ever disrespect my family. Like, if we gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be in this. Y'all gotta understand. I got people. I got family. Like, type of thing. And she was like, nah, like
crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's
funny.
Crazy, bro. Like, I'm just, man. Like, I'm honestly like, I'm proud of like who you are. I'm proud of like just you not like. Let me ask, cause I'm looking at your life, but a lot of people don't know like what was your mindset as a kid. Like, take us through like you at that age when we used to play. Like, what was going through your brain? Like, did you know, oh, I'm gonna be doing this? Like, did you know?
Did I see it?
Yeah, did you see it? Yeah.
Honestly, no. Yeah, I seen it at a really, really young age. I'll never forget. So I grew up South Central LA, and all of my family was there, of course. And honestly, you remember at the time you had like MTV shows, you had like Run's House, stuff like that. So I would see like, like Diggy and like the brothers, like and stuff. Yeah. And I would just like see their lives and see these artists on like Music Choice and all this stuff, and I just knew there was more. Yeah. More out there. Yeah. And then once I started to recognize I had a talent in dancing, and then I started like writing little raps and thought I was good with them at the time, I knew that I was different from everybody around me. I dressed different. I looked different. I had this thing that could attract crowds, this presence that everyone could pay attention to.
Yeah.
So at a really young age, I was able to like recognize I was going to do something or make something of myself. Like I'll never forget in 6th grade, and my mom can tell you, I walked in from school. I was going to Marina Del Rey at the time. I walked in, and I was like, I'll never, ever work a 9 to 5, nor will I ever go to college. And she looked at me like.
And that was middle school.
Yeah, like I just like it was probably like my first week in middle school, and she was like, "Boy, you gonna go to college?"
I'm already doing.
I'm like, "No, I'm not." She's like,
Yeah.
"How you gonna make money?" I was like, "I'm gonna be like them, like on the TV.
Yeah.
Like watch me." I didn't know how. I just knew it. I felt it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that was like my first step of manifesting who I was gonna be.
Yeah.
Because that happened. What I was like, let's say, 10 going on 11, or maybe 11 at the time. And then I joined the group when I was 13.
So how did that happen? How did you get discovered? Like,
so when I was in 5th grade, Tommy the Clown came to dance at our school.
Yeah.
And I battled some kid. They thought I was good enough, picked me up there.
Oh, wow.
So I was dancing with Tommy for like, let's say, a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then I did a show over at the Forum, and this guy named Gary seen me dancing and thought I had something special.
Yeah.
And he knew Keisha and Walter, who were putting the group together.
Mm-hmm.
Who Keisha also is responsible for putting together B2K.
Yeah.
So he knew she had the ability to do it again.
Yeah.
And they were looking for another member.
Okay.
And he, of course, got in touch with
Tommy.
people at Tommy, who got in touch with me. And then that's how that entire process kind of pretty much came about.
Dang, that's so. Like how was you feeling as like things were progressing? Like were you like, did you know like it's going viral? Like did you have like, I know you were like not of age, so like who was taking those steps for you, or like did you have your hands in it too?
When I joined the group, pretty much like we had a team that was running everything. Right?
Oh, okay.
You had Walter who did the music, you had Keisha who did the development.
Yeah.
All those things. We were just pretty much the group. But again, I was such an individual when it came to style and dancing and things like that they had no choice but to work with me.
Yeah.
To make things happen.
Right.
Right. So I had the dance solos, and then I'm wearing goggles, and I'm just as fashion for a kid. Then that became a staple. Yeah. Like I was the only one in the group who got to keep the original name and nickname. Like I was, I was RayRay since birth.
Yeah, since a kid. Yeah.
I didn't have to change that.
Yeah.
I was wearing 2 ponytails since damn near birth.
Yeah, no, for real.
I didn't have to change that.
Oh, so you just know what I mean? Was able to show up like yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't really have to change, and everything that pretty much developed when it came to me in the group got to be authentic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Wearing the goggles, just dressing different and things like that. Yeah. So during that time when we were like growing and progressing, there's a part of me that believed in it, but also I didn't know anything but poverty. So then it was like I was in this headspace of like disbelief, like, is it really happening? Oh yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like, but I also knew I had the potential, like even coming from Tommy, I made a name there to where like I'll miss parties and like Tommy will call me like, yo, they canceled because you weren't here. Oh. So like little stuff like that was happening. Yeah. So then when I went over here and started to build that, and I started to see it kind of just like bloom and come to life. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, it's happening again, but possibly on a bigger scale. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So you had like your wave, like the Tommy was a wave. It was just like, okay, it, was just literally steps it can get here. Yeah. So, okay, so you joined the group, and then like, so like you saying, you coming from poverty, how was it being a successful young kid? Because I remember watching you on TV. I think it was probably like a BET Awards, and they were asking you like, who is your favorite person, like far as like dance wise, and I think you said Chris Brown, or you was like, man, this is a person, one of the people that I look up to far as like dance wise. But like speaking about that, like how was it like being a successful kid with like now you getting money? Yeah, like you touching bread. So like how was that?
It was amazing. Extraordinary. Because like I was saving like a lot of my money when I was with Tommy.
Come a little closer.
So I was like helping out moms and stuff then. Yeah. Really got to get into it, but You know, I was always a money kid. You know what I mean? I love money.
Yeah.
I used to be that kid that like my money was wrinkled, I iron it. Trying to make it crisp, you know?
Yeah.
That was me. So I had like a little bread from Tommy, but when I joined the group, our first time really seeing a nice check was signing to Interscope. That was like our first deal.
Yeah.
And I remember we were able to give our parents checks. It was a thing I wanted to do.
Okay.
And we signed right before Christmas, and I think the check was like $25,000. And I was like, imagine being 13, being able to for your family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was amazing, and so I was happy. I had this level of like bliss swimming through me.
Yeah.
That I never experienced before.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it started to eat at me because I was traveling the world, seeing these beautiful places, 5-star hotels, 5-star meals, surrounded by nothing but yes men, yes people, right?
Yeah.
So anything I want is accessible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I would come from tour and I would come from these places, and no matter how much money I can hand out, it's not changing the lives of the people I care about.
Yeah.
So then that part would like eat at me.
Yeah.
It really like mess with me because like I'm going back to the hood to be with my family.
Right.
They can see it on TV and be like, oh my God, he on BET or he's on whatever. And see the pictures and the flyers and the videos and all of that on YouTube. But you are actually never experiencing what I get to hands on.
Yeah.
So then I start to feel guilty, and it took me time to realize I shouldn't have, because this was my blessing and my opportunity.
Yeah.
And if I am willing to change someone's life, like that's clearly up to me.
Yeah.
But when I was young, I would feel like I didn't want to tell my stories all the time.
Yeah.
Because I could be rubbing it in someone's face.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about how much I'm making because you're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like this bittersweet kind of experience I was having. But in the very beginning, it was lovely.
Man, so let's touch on like the yes man, bro. Like, not, you don't got to go into detail about the individuals, but like in general. Yeah. Like tell the people like how important it is to like be aware of like who you have around you, especially at that magnitude, especially if you're rising, or you know, if it might be you know what I'm saying, you might be out here rising and you got these, like, tell them how important it is, because I've never been in that position, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, be careful, because when you are at a certain level, you have this group of people, whether they're coming from whatever part of the industry, your label, a team that's assigned to you, even it could be as simple as going to do an interview or an appearance. These people do nothing but either idolize you, or it's their jobs to make sure you're as comfortable as possible. Right. But sometimes that's not the best for you.
Facts.
Yes men will give you anything you want, no matter your age. It can be drugs, alcohol, whatever your vice is, you know what I mean? But then those people sometimes come from your past. They could be friends. Ooh. They could be family, because
let's talk about it.
They want you to take care of them. They want you to make, they want to make sure that as long as you're good, they're good. So now your best friend or your cousin has turned into your assistant. Because they feel like that's the best way they can fit in your life. Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now I've seen it in so many rooms. Like, I've seen artists literally bad mouthing and boss somebody around and find out it's literally like their little brother or their uncle. Yeah. Like, that's your dad? How are you? Like, bro, I'm hungry. You ain't gonna grip me food? Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah. What? No. It's crazy. So you just gotta be careful, because yes man could be like your biggest downfall, your greatest demise, honestly. Yeah. I feel like me and Destiny, we talk about, which is my wife, y'all, for y'all don't know. Yes, sir. Me and Destiny, we talk about this all the time, because I feel like you, like, especially like kind of rising,
all you want, like right now in my life, all I want is genuine individuals around me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like how you said, I feel like you constantly have to make sure, not check like, oh, are you solid? First, you gotta check within yourself,
Yeah.
you know, because it always starts at the top. But I feel like that's very important, bro. Like you talking about the reason why I really love our relationship as just being family is that I feel like when you went out and you did what you, like, you know, you went out and was successful and did what you did. I was like, it wasn't like I was able to like understand that and be like, oh no, he doing this thing. Yeah. And just do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Play football. You know what I'm saying? Like was in the streets, but like tried to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget it. I remember every family reunion, he would hit me up and be like, hey, I'm parked like down the ways in the Jeep. Just walk. Just walk. It was gold, right? Yeah. Gold Jeep, bro. Just like walk to the Jeep, bro. He'll be parked like way down the park.
But what you said is the reason why we always kept that bond, though.
Yeah.
It was like
everything was genuine.
When I seen you, you didn't treat me different.
Yeah.
You weren't necessarily like trying to be all in my bit. Like you was just being family.
Yeah.
How you been? How you doing? How's mom?
Yeah, like
you straight,
regular.
You know what I mean? It wasn't, dang, I seen you on TV.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Can I hold something?
Can I hold something?
We'd
be in the car just sitting. Like sometimes we wouldn't even say nothing. We'd just be sitting on our phones or, oh yeah, hey, you know, so and so. But like we'd be just talking about life. Like I think that's why, like, I appreciate this relationship so much because I feel like we like. You went away. I went to Boise State. I remember we were still communicating with each other. Like, hey, he was like, hey, I forgot what you was saying. You was like, I'm gonna come out there. Or matter of fact, he was like, I want you to come on tour with me. Like, it was just a lot of stuff.
We just always had that bond.
That bond, bro. And then like after, that's what I appreciate. And then like let's say fast forward to 2019, I remember like we both was in a situation where it was just like not saying our low moment, but mentally we was just trying to like kind of figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I wasn't doing photography at the time. Was it 2018 or was it 2019 or the top of 2019?
I think it was like the beginning of 2019 ideally. I think so.
Was it around? Okay, it could have been, right? So I feel like we was like talking and I'll never forget, I was like, bro, I'm gonna do photography. And he was like, hey, bro, like, and I feel like, and like I said, the reason why I love our relationship, man, is because we like pour into each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing too big. Yeah. Like, you just told me something like a few minutes ago before we started the podcast, and I'm like, oh no, like you got everything. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to instill that within each other, man. But I'll never forget. I said in 2019, I'm like, yeah, bro, like I'm gonna do photography. And then I remembered, like, once I said that, things just start rolling. Me and Destiny shot Coachella, and then things just start rolling. And then I remember you hitting me up and was like, "Cuzzo, bro, you remember what you said?"
We was on the couch.
We was on the couch and we was talking. He was like, "Bro, you really doing it?" And then next thing you know, that's when you start doing your, and I'm like, oh yeah, like
it's happening.
This is how it's supposed to be.
And it's funny because I remember you told me that, and then you went and bought a camera, and we went and took some pictures
at her mom's shop,
at Destiny's mom's shop.
Yep. By the way, it's Beauty House. On Manchester and Crenshaw. Beauty House. Hair salon.
Go get your hair done.
Go get your hair done.
But I remember that. Like I was like one of the first people you guys shot, and it was never one of those things where it was like we had to set it up and we just this is what you want to do. Let's make it happen.
This is look for y'all that don't. This is y'all can't see what's like the lights and all that, but this is as set up as anything I've ever done with my cousin. Like
no, literally.
It like even when we tried to do me and her was doing YouTube. Remember?
Yep.
We no lights, no nothing. Pop on the camera. We was in the kitchen. Like y'all can go back to them videos. It's Destiny and Darnell. Y'all can see how them videos look. Like it was just very, you know what I'm saying? Very natural. You know what I'm saying? We just did it.
Exactly.
But
making
it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Just believing in one another, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like, for sure.
Even like you said, in that moment, however you want to describe it, it was a moment of being low, or just being clueless. You know what I mean?
Not knowing.
Just not knowing.
Yeah.
And even in those moments, like when I start to finally focus again, because I went on a hiatus from the industry and
And social media, bro. You was
I was
done.
gone. You can look at my profile and see. And when I start to put my foot back into it, not once, even when you start to build in photography,
Right.
yo, cousin, I need you to shoot behind the scenes for a video.
Yep.
You're there.
Yep.
There. You know what I mean?
On everything.
And it's just that genuine support that we've always had for one another that we still have for today.
Yeah, man. Like I feel like we haven't hung or we haven't talked. Like probably like I feel like we talk every month almost, but it ain't as frequently because we're trying to carve our own lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's okay.
Exactly.
Like even you hitting me up for this, you're like, I got the podcast going. Like I want you on it. You see what I text you? I'm like, bro, you don't have to ask.
Yeah.
Tell me the day.
Yeah.
The time. Like
you know what I'm saying?
There. You know
and I appreciate that, man. I want to dive into mental health, bro. Like so, like going like how you said, going from level to level and reaching a peak to where it's just like how you said, everything is, oh, I want that. Okay, cool. We're going here. Okay, cool. Tell me how your mental health was like reaching a peak and then kind of like after everything that what happened with the group and stuff like that. Tell me how that like affected your mental health, because I feel like a lot of people don't. We don't stress enough mental health, and we see what's going on in the world right now with mental health issues and like just people, people offing themselves and all that type of stuff. But like, just I would like you to like share a little bit if you want.
No, for sure. So during that process, when the group was like growing, everything was kind of fine. I told you I was like kind of fighting with feeling guilty, and things like that. But then over time, I had a moment where I was never an arrogant person. But I had this more like conceited type of mentality that could be.
It can fall into that.
Exactly. Fall into like ego. And it was just hard just because I'm young, right? I'm like, at this time, let's say 15.
You figuring it? Like.
And I'll never forget the moment. I'm just like, I'm buying clothes, but not necessarily for me. But to show that a 15-year-old can buy this and you can't. Like little stuff like that.
Little stuff like that.
But I'm such a mindful person that I was able to see my own behavior and go, I don't like that. You know what I mean? And it was hard. And I've said it before. It was hard because I couldn't turn to family because either family wanted everything. Or I couldn't turn to them because the problem I was having, again, they just
take.
They were the one asking, right? And I couldn't turn to management because you're the one cutting my check. You know what I mean? So I think my first level of starting to feel better, and for people that have been following me, you guys know I have the Bob Marley tattoo on my back. I started indulging into like Bob Marley's music and his interviews, like his messages. And I feel like he was the person that humbled me when nobody around me could. When I saw myself slipping into this like artist mindset, I guess. And of possibly not being humble anymore. And I feel like Bob Marley like centered me, and from there I started to really focus on, okay, you need to be better as a person within. It's not about what people see, it's about what people know. Right? It's not about who you are, it's about what you are. So then I start to like get into meditation and the things that surround it, right? Crystals, yoga, chakras, awareness, all these things. And so at 15, I was on that level already. So now I'm in an industry that don't promote this. Or that don't even know about it, right? Because this industry is cruel. It's like the rest of the world. It's nasty. Right? The territory isn't ideal for a child at all. So I'm in that, but at the same time, learning that I don't have to function like everybody else that's in it. Right? So now that becomes a battle too. Because now I'm walking into record labels and they're talking about certain things and I'm catching the
dialogue,
the fraud, the fake nature and all these things. And I'm a bold person, you know this. So I'm in there like, no, I won't do that. No, I'm okay. But you're getting paid it, so. You know what I mean? So now that becomes another battle. And then slowly but surely the group came to an end and I left. But I left because I was in just a terrible car accident. And then I started to find out things about management.
Yeah.
So I was already contemplating leaving anyway. But that was like a moment where I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Like life was almost gone.
Yeah.
I need to focus on what's important to me.
Yeah, facts.
Not being somebody else's puppet, not being somebody else's brand. Who is Rayon, not RayRay?
Yeah.
Who does Rayon want to be?
Yeah.
So I stepped away from the group. And during that time, I just had a moment of being extremely low. You know what I mean? And then for years, I was already suffering from depression.
Yeah.
And anxiety, but mainly depression.
Right.
And so I was just in just this headspace of just being sad, downbeat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm using that to my advantage to figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me know, I always say everything in life is a lesson.
Yeah.
So now, okay, I'm sad. Why?
Yeah.
How do I become stronger?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, you feel suicidal. Why? Why
Right.
don't you want to be here anymore?
Yeah.
When here's all you know.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you have the failed attempts and all these things. So now I'm questioning those.
Yeah.
Why were they failures?
Right.
Okay, so do I actually have a purpose? Are my gifts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are my gifts supposed to be presented? Are they supposed to be inspiration? Am I supposed to be this role model?
Yeah.
So I'm asking all these questions and stuff. So yeah, like after the group was probably like my hardest time, because that's when I stepped away from everything at the peak of who I was.
Yeah.
But it was like a mental choice, and nobody liked it.
Yeah.
My parents and friends, everybody was like, "Yo,
Like, what's going on?
do you know who you are?"
Yeah.
But in their eyes, it was, "Do you know who you are, RayRay?"
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, "No, nigga, I don't know who I am."
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
I can't continue at this and not know who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Identity, man. Like that's so important, bro. Because I was just having a conversation. I feel like every podcast that I have been having, man, it's low key like linked into like each and every conversation that's been going on. And number one is identity. Like, who are you at the end of the day? Like, I remember having just a very dark time. In Boise, a lot of people don't understand. Like, on the sports side of things, like, I could have just said, fuck all this, I'm just gonna go back to the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like trying to elevate, you know what I'm saying? In like the sports world, it's a lot of depression in the sports world, bro. Like, you deal with comparison. You deal with like being accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, you got coaches that literally control your destiny and your future. And I remember getting denied. I was going to Boise State, and first of all, let's start here. The introduction of me going, I didn't get financial aid, and that mean like your bread. I didn't get financial aid until probably like halfway through the semester, bro. Mind you, I'm living on an apartment dorm, so I'm living apartment style dorm, and my financial aid is supposed to be paying all of this, in the little loan that I took, right? So none of that come through. I don't get no books, and then on top of that, I'm trying to be on the team, but then not only that, once they notice that, okay, well, you ain't got no money coming through to pay for this apartment, we gonna evict you. And then it went from, okay, well, you ain't got no books, you ain't got no class, now you about to fail.
Yeah.
Since you about to fail,
now you can't
can't be on this football team, bro. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? All I know is like the only crystal clear memory that I had was my homie, Baby Mac 90. I remember him telling me, bro, like, go to practice. I'm on my way to the hood. Go to practice, bro. Like, go to practice. Yeah. I just remember that so vividly, so I will always replay that in my brain. Like, this got to work. Like,
that's the only option.
You feel me? And the homie is no longer here on this earth, so I'm trying to like, this is, I'm doing it for him. And when you talk about like, but I'm not doing it for myself. I lost myself. I lost the whole identity was just lost. I just was like, okay, I'm doing it for my papa, my auntie. You already know how close that is to me. So I'm like, but I'm doing it for this. I'm doing it for that. And I'm like, but why am I really here? Did I really want to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I just really start tapping into myself. that was like the darkest moment, but I needed that.
All right, so I always say that, and I got this from just observing myself. My foundation has always been inky, right? Dark. I call it void.
Yeah.
But in that void, I've been able to grab onto these little beacons of light.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like the greatest knowledge comes from a dark place.
Yeah, bro.
When you're at zero,
Yeah.
like it's almost like counting. Like when you count to 100,
Yeah.
people go 1, 2, 3, 4, and they go up.
Yeah.
For some reason, we always forget zero.
Zero. Yeah.
But zero is like the beginning.
Yeah.
Because when you get to 100 or you get to 1,000, you add another zero.
Facts.
Every time.
Yep.
So these are new levels of understanding. And then you're going to go 101, 102. So you have to hit zero every time.
Yeah.
So like for me, like having those levels of zero mentally, spiritually, that level of just being ideally the rock bottom.
Yeah.
Are like stages for you to start to like transform.
Yeah.
And get better and better and better and better.
And you know what's crazy? Like, it ain't like I ain't never hit rock bottom before. Like, you know where we used to stay. Like I, for those that don't know, I used to be in a foster home. Then my mom and dad was on drugs or whatever. My mom got herself back. And I moved with her. And it ain't like our lights didn't get cut off. It ain't like we was, dealing with like, oh, where we gonna stay at? Friends dying, all it, homies.
You had it hard, but it
ain't like we ain't never been at zero. But you know what was the difference, bro? Like my mom was like just handling it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the man of the house because my dad is not in the house. So I'm going to school, but then I'm making sure that I'm handling stuff. But I think what was the transition for me, like the next level of zero, was being on my own.
Yeah.
I didn't have nobody coming out there. Like, I didn't have nobody in Idaho. Bro, it's Idaho.
Yeah.
Like, it's barely us out there. So, I'm out there by myself.
It's barely us.
Out there.
Hope you got that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm out there by myself, and I'm going through it, but it's crazy. I'm watching on move-in day. Like, people, they family helping them move in, bro.
And you by yourself.
I'm by myself, like, yeah. You feel me?
But between us, we've always... out of all of our family, that this isn't any like shade, I guess, to anyone. But we were strong. We've always been strong
mentally, for sure.
And I say this too, and I told this to my woman Sarah. We were talking, and I was like, even when you hit rock bottom, there's something below it. So you're never fully like stuck in some like level of abyss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I think for us, even when we were low, like you were just telling your entire situation, having to be the man in the house, you know my story. Same. Dad not being there.
Yeah.
Mom, single parent, a bunch of siblings, having to be the man in the house, paying this, paying that.
Yep.
Doing, just doing everything. So for us, we've learned how to just be so strong that we couldn't even allow ourselves to really hit rock bottom.
Exactly.
We just made things work. We made the EBT work. We made the Section 8 work. We made the, you know what I mean?
Facts.
We made the hood work.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep.
If you think about it, we literally took advantage of our surroundings.
Yeah.
To be better.
You know what's crazy? One thing I remember is a quote from Nip. He said it was dark clouds over, but it was working for us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
if you think about like you playing football, like those practices that took you to Boise, started in the hood.
Yeah, that's facts.
Me dancing with Tommy, we were doing parties
in the hood. Yeah.
Like we took advantage, like you just said, the dark clouds.
Yeah.
They were there, but I like gloomy weather.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Love
my
it.
favorite.
Oh, everything.
It's something about it.
I work efficiently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So
yeah.
All of these like the better days or the sunny days are nothing but mentality for real.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts, bro. So like going through like the like the downward slopes of like mental whatever. How did that affect your friends and family? Because I know you got friends that you call your brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like how did that affect like the people around you like, I'm not saying that family don't love you or friends don't love you, but like the people that you know that love you the most, that if you fell back, they'll catch you. Like, how did that affect those relationships?
Honestly, I think because I spent so much time finding myself,
Right.
that I was blessed to be surrounded with real, like you just said, I call my best friends that I really believe in, that I know will support me like I support them.
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was blessed to have them. Like, when I was low and didn't have nothing,
Yeah.
I had my best friend Sasha, who took me in.
Yeah.
And his family let me live at his house.
Yeah.
And washing clothes, cooking me dinners, breakfast, lunch, giving me a room to sleep in, all these things. You know what I mean? Just like, even with John, like, when I was at the peak and I had all this income and things like that, I took John in. That's my brother.
Yeah.
I love you. You know what I mean? So once I hit a low place, I'll literally never forget. We were talking, and then we ended up meeting up after a while.
Right.
And I barely had anything, and he wanted to do something. I was like, I don't even got it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What are you talking about?
I got you.
I got you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I'll never forget that moment, because you didn't have to do that.
Yep.
And you could have definitely turned a blind eye and just continued on with your life, and forgot about me because I'm not at this level anymore and I'm not whatever.
Yeah.
But he was there and he supported me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even through the process, I have my sisters. I have Josie, Johanna.
Yeah.
Never changed on me.
Yeah.
When everybody else did. Everybody wanted something. Everybody treated me different.
Yeah.
Which is why to this day, everybody I just named, right? We don't gotta talk for weeks.
Yeah.
We could go a whole month without talking.
That's
literally
facts.
be like, "I love you, cousin."
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Because that's all we need. Because we have this understanding that our bond is serious.
Yeah.
We're not changing on each other no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
So it was like I had a lot of people that did change on me and treat me different because they got comfortable with expecting something from me.
Yeah.
And I was help in actuality.
Yeah.
That's what I was for them.
Yeah.
But when it changed, then they stepped away, and all of a sudden we're not family, and we're not as close as we once was.
Yeah.
But for the people I genuinely cared about,
yeah,
they didn't leave, which is why I still love them to this day.
Yeah. And that's crazy because everybody that you talked about, you introduced me to. You know what I'm saying?
Still
like
here.
I rock with Josie and Johanna. I rock with what's his name? The motto. John. Like I like John, bro.
Yeah.
Like John is really cool, bro. He quiet but he chill, bro. But most importantly, bro, he him. Like he's just
no matter where he is.
He's just him. Like I remember we did it was like a music video, right? For you. And we was at that studio downtown. Yeah, and he had this
the blue wig.
Yeah, it's like a blue wig he had on. But he was just sitting there like chilling.
He was comfortable.
He was comfortable chilling.
That's why I love John.
Like, and I'm like, and it's crazy because initially people would look like, "What are you doing, fool?"
Yeah.
But he like, "What up?" Like, shake your hand, like talk to you regular. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why John is my brother 100%. Because even when it came to fashion, like you remember, I was the one wearing the kilts, wearing everything different. Like that's just who I was and who I still am today.
Yeah.
But John was going with me to the hood, like
pulling up. I seen the pictures.
Bro, pink hair.
Yeah.
One dreadlock hanging.
Yeah.
Like nails painted black. Like he was just him.
Yeah.
I used to love that. I'm like, you're literally me, just in your own world.
Yeah.
Just in your own way. Like
crazy.
And he don't care.
Man, and I think like when we talked about the yes man thing, right? You need a lot of those individuals that are around you that will let you like accountability. Because I know it's been a lot of times they probably like, "Hey, this hard." And you like, and they probably like, "Nah, let's you know what I'm saying? Like 100%. let's work on that a little bit." You know what I'm saying? 100%. Or whatever the case may be. You gotta have some real brothers that I feel like I will be comfortable if I know that you know you. Mm-hmm. And you know I know me. We locked in and we solid. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to question anything now. Because I know. You know what I'm saying? I know you, and you know I know me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So now when it comes from that place, it's no longer like criticism technique.
Yeah.
It's just advice.
Exactly.
It's guidance.
Constructive criticism where you can actually listen and be open to an individual and don't take it personal, not get not conflicted, not be offended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At all. You know what I'm saying?
Even with Justin, I met him through my cousin Paris.
Right.
Just in the music world.
Yeah.
He started working on a television show, and he hired me as the lead actor.
Yeah.
And from there, we got to grow a bond. If you meet Justin, one of the nicest, most humble people you'll ever experience. Just energy when he walk into the room.
Yeah.
It's like meeting like a child for the first time, like just innocent, like full of love and joy. And right off just the bat, we did a record together where we composed all the music. Like I wrote all the lyrics and we came together to do the instrumentation for the track.
Yeah.
I'll have an idea. He go, oh, but let me try this though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's not him saying my idea is bad.
Yeah.
He's just supporting my vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's what you're saying. Just having those people that's like truly around you that, and I'm just using the music world as like an analogy on how it's supposed to be in real life when people really care about you.
Yeah.
Because you can have an idea, you could be heated and be like, bro, I'm about to. You need those friends to be like, breathe.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Think about what you're doing.
Think about what you're doing, buddy.
Here's another way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you need those all the time. And so yeah, I'm happy like with the friends I have and that support me still to the day because I support them.
Yeah.
And have been supporting them because I love them and I care about them.
Right.
And anybody I named pretty much have been in my life outside of like someone like Roy or Sasha or Justin.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they've been in my life for, forever.
Yeah.
John, I used to play with as a kid because of our dads. We're best friends for like 20 years before
we
even met. Stevie, I grew up with in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my best friend. Josie Johanna, met them when I was 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like everybody has been around. So it wasn't like I was just picking up new people either.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of the people got to see
the transition.
Yeah, we got to see each other's lives. We got to grow with each other. So it was never these new stages of having to understand one another.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
That's good, bro. Like, so like turning the page to a new chapter of like starting over. How is it starting over in like kind of building, you know how they say like don't expect to sit at somebody else's table, like build your own. So what does it feel like now as you turn in the page to your new chapter of like building your own, like, being your own artist and not having, strings attached? How is that?
Honestly, it's definitely a work in progress. It's one of those things where you're constantly learning. Yeah. And then you realize you have to put a lot more effort into it. Yeah. And you might not have all the answers. Yeah. Honestly. Because it's different when I was in a group. I was put into a situation with a very knowledgeable team knowing what to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I literally was just a brand with my own ideas, but they were the foundation. Right. Now this time I'm the brand in the foundation. Yeah. So it's like building a table. Like I'm the creator, right? So I know I have the vision for the table. Yeah. But now I've had to learn to go, okay, how to chop the wood, how to put the wood together, how to screw it together, how to glue it together, all these different things. I realized like, okay, I can't just pick up everything and be like, this is going to be a table. Yeah. Like I actually have to put all the work in myself. Yeah. I got to book the studio sessions. Yeah. I got to write the music. I got to compose the music. I got to make deals happen. I got to be the middleman and the front man. Yeah. You know what I mean? And though it's more difficult or more challenging, I'd rather it be that way. Yeah. Than to be lost or to be connected to just like bad blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth it.
Yeah, I feel you. And then just like you said, like you doing what you're doing now, it's gonna help the whole situation. So, say for instance, you do sign with somebody, a record label or industry, whatever, right? And especially in TV, because you're an actor as well. Mm-hmm. You will know, like, I've done this before. Yeah. So if you telling me you can't do something, or it's something, no, I know because I've done it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm no longer naive. I'm no longer just in a sense, like that entire time. Yes. Yeah. And that entire time, I got to be a fly on the wall. Yeah. There was a film I was just watching, and it was like this kid who wasn't popular or whatever, but he had his own ideas, and he ended up like getting this group of friends, and they realized he didn't have friends, and that they were becoming his friends. Yeah. And the guy walked in, and he goes, I wish I knew the exact line. I think I tweeted it. I'm gonna have to look back, but he was like, you recognize everything. Yeah. You're the wallflower, is what he called him. Yeah. And like sometimes when you're experiencing life, but you're lost, you can also use that to your advantage once you know. Yeah. Because now you got to see, you got to experience. Like you got to take every opportunity that you're in as moments of growth. Yep. You must, because if you do it blind, it's not worth anything. What's the point of life? Yeah. Like how you said, everything that we go through is a lesson. Literally everything. The good times, the sad times. And it's clear, like, people have pretty much recognized that sad times are lessons. Yeah. But the good ones are too. Facts. Like, people forget, like, even us talking right now. Yeah. This is a lesson. Yeah. We're learning new things. Our mind is, like, racing and expanding and figuring out, and we're going back on certain memories that might spark something else. Like, everything is this work in progress. Yeah, that's facts. But are you actually being observant, not only to the world around you, but to what you are happening into the world? Yeah. You get what I'm saying? That's like, being present. It's already being present, because everything you do has an effect as well. Right. Not just the world. Yeah. Not just, it's like COVID. Yeah. Like what you do also spread. Yeah. Facts. What you do also affects you. Yeah. Every single time. That's true. Every time. That's true, man. Look, I feel like that can wrap everything up, bro. Yeah. Like I feel like that was great. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, yeah, bro. Yeah, that was it, bro. It's funny though. We literally have these talks off camera. Like every time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? We stayed up 2-3 in the morning just. Bruh, yeah. I remember like it was like probably last year. I remember when we was in a 3-bedroom, and I was looking and I was just like, bro, I'm about to touch $1 million. Yeah. I'm about to touch $1 million, and it was weird because let me stop saying it was weird. It was so crazy because like it was like something I truly felt within inside myself. And then I remember that's when we just started bouncing ideas. We was like, oh yeah, like I remember, you told me your ideas and stuff like that, and I'm just like, bruh, like we on to something. And then I was just talking to one of my friends the other day, and I asked, and I was just like, I wonder, because I be having all, late night, you be having all these thoughts in your head, and I'm like, I wonder, is this how like the creators of Apple felt when they were building? Exactly. Like, exactly how they felt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where they just like, it was just like a bunch of stuff in their head, and they couldn't really like tell people what it was because it was just so much. But it's just like we have so much stuff going on at once. And that feeling you're talking about, I felt it 1,000 times. Yeah. For me, it happens like right here. Yeah. It feels like it's swimming in me, like it's spreading. Yeah, it's spreading for sure. And like when you have an idea or a moment, when you realize you're about to transform or grow. Yeah. It's like this. It's almost like a drug. Like you feel infinite. Yeah. Like you feel like invincible for a moment. Yeah. And you got to recognize that feeling. Because when you have it, that's the direction you need to go. That's the direction you need to go. It's a gut feeling. I had read. I know we're gonna wrap this up, but I read that your gut is like your second brain. That's why they say follow your gut. It also could be your most important one. Yeah. That gut feeling. Yeah, can guide everything else. Think about it. Everything else. Look, think about when we was younger, and they used to be like, "Oh, listen to your gut." Like, it'd be certain stuff like
for like, you know, it's like, oh, let me check this, or like, say for you in a relationship, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me and I know people don't even go through people's phones, right? But let me look, and you end up seeing something, you like,
you followed that gut.
I knew, bro. Like, how did I know? But it wasn't here. You felt it.
You felt it. And,
That's crazy.
And you can have those same gut feelings in positive ways, manifestation, ideas.
Yeah.
Just when it's time for you to bloom and flourish in life.
Yeah.
Your soul.
Yeah.
I always say this is essential to your soul. Your soul would tell you.
Yeah.
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
You feel it for sure, man. You feel it, man. But
yeah.
I just want to say, for one, thank you for coming through. I already know it was easy. I know you was like, hey, man, I'll pull up, man. But I truly do appreciate you coming, because like, this is it's not what you've done, bro. You my cousin. You know what I'm saying? We blood, bro. Like, so it just feel good to be doing something with my family. Like, I can do stuff with these people that I just met and all this stuff, but like, people that my family.
No, yeah.
Like, I got my wife behind the cameras. I got her sister working engineer. All this stuff, like, is like, I just love this. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you, sincerely. Thank you for coming through. And I'm pretty sure might be back. You know what I'm saying? Because he got some big stuff. One. He got some big stuff.
Yes.
Coming. Yes, you feel me? He got some big, huge stuff coming. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for another video. Peace.